The exploration is still there, is still open. And you need to be curious to understand where is the exploration.
I want to find new places where I can be myself without any distraction.
I was very curious to challenge myself on a different kind of winter ascent. I was really looking for a different and extreme adventure. The decision to go to Pobeda, it came after that I saw an article online newspaper in Italy just before the winter that was talking about the coldest place on the earth.
I was not sure if my body and my mind can survive in this cold condition. At the beginning, it was a clear no, I don't want to go there.
The trip, it was a big question mark. You can enjoy totally the trip, or you can suffer, or you can even die during the trip.
At the end, he was showing me more and more pictures and gave me some information, and then I said, maybe it would be nice.
The first step was from Bergamo to Moscow, 3.5 hours. Then the first internal flight, it was 7.5 hours, and we landed in Yakutsk, 500,000 people.
Once we arrived to Yakutsk, I was entering in a completely unknown world. 10 months of winter there, and the rest 2 months it's very hot. So for me it's a place where it's hard to understand why they are living there.
Then we took a flight with a very old Antonov 24 and was extra 2-hour flight till a ghost city called Ust-Nera. It was a place where they were the Gulag. From that place we took a 4-wheel drive Watts, a small minibus, and we drove 24 hours till Sasir, the last village. There are 700 people living there. You are in a magic, quiet, unreal place. One of the most beautiful places I ever saw in my life.
Alone on the road and your car is broken, maybe you will be dead. At a certain point that we were not sure if we can cross this part of the river, our driver went out, he was trying and looking. He said, okay, jump out of the car. And when I saw going down the car at one side, I was just screaming. This guy has no problem with it. He jumped into the icy water without gloves. He put out these heavy ice cubes. And then we were really lucky that there was a bulldozer, and at the end he was pulling us out.
And from Sasir, another half day with the snowmobile till the wood cabin of the nomads.
I was covering myself as much as it was possible, and still I was really, really cold, and I was just imagining how it will be after in the mountains.
If I am in Nepal or in Karakorum, Himalaya, in the Andes, in Patagonia, I know what it could happen and I feel at home.
The nomad people, they are not talking to me, they are more talking to the man. And so I was there like a blind passenger somehow. And I was just around there, but they never really spoke to me. Even if we joined them on their table or like this, I was like an invisible person. We have been several days at the camp of the nomads, and so I said to myself, okay, Tamara, now take off all your pressure, all your tension to be ready for this big adventure and for this big cold.
The local people had to be a key part of the expedition, not only in the logistics. And I learned that the good weather windows in Himalaya are completely the opposite of the good weather windows in Siberia. Blue sky, it means extreme cold. I was looking for cloudy sky. We had to avoid as much we could to stay outside, to sleep in the tent.
The first part of this ascent was really heavy.
The need to be fast, it gave us also the evidence that we realized probably the fastest ascent.
Oh my God, I don't know if this is possible in one fast summit attempt.
Stiamo bene, le previsioni meteo non sono il massimo, la differenza tra la temperatura dentro e fuori si fa vedere anche nella condensa che c'è all'interno della tenda. E niente, confidiamo domani.
Finché non fa la condensa nel sacco a pelo va tutto
sì,
bene.
Sì.
Una super colazione piena di vitamini prima della partenza, vero? Tschüss!
What I was not expecting that the technical level of the climb could be so hard. I rarely climb such kind of mixed section during my previous winter climb. So I can't compare to the other. I was not so high, it was much colder. I have to change the strategy. I have to climb on technical section that I never climbed in my previous winter climbs on the 8000. And it was also the first time where between myself and Tamara there was the clear evidence that we had to decide not to use in some section the rope.
I never saw really the top of the mountain, so I didn't know how long it would be still to go. So I went up and it was like I was free and all my pressure and tension was falling off.
Il palo famoso! Olè! Yuhu!
Eccoci! In cima al Pobeda, questo è il palo!
We were happy, but just at the middle of the climb. Then we had to descend, and also the descent was quite complicated, also because cold, dark climb. So it was completely different in compared to the other.
But for me the hardest part was close to the end.
We climb in 7.5 hours, and we descend from the mountain in 4 hours.
Terrible for me. I was falling so many times and my back pain was just getting worse and worse. At a certain point I was no more able to stand up.
The biggest surprise it was that a very well-known geographically place like Siberia, it was an unknown place in the climbing perspective. It was a magic trip with a very serious climb at the end.
I got the confirmation that I'm in love with the exploration.
And I confirm as an explorer that I'm right when I say that the exploration is still there waiting someone who push over and go forward in this direction.